Good evening, everyone. Hope that everyone has had a wonderful day. Today it is November I gotta look, the 9th. um, and it's actually evening time. I am just getting settled in from work, and I just wanted to say hello and welcome to the I Choose Me journey. I guess this would be considered the first episode. So I wanted to start off, like I said, by saying hello to everyone. Hope that everything's going well. I also want to just say that, eventually I do have like a intro and an outro, for the videos, but I'm not all that good with technology, so I'm still learning. So eventually that will be coming. So for right now, we're just gonna have to just leave it be at that, and that's all I can do for now. So I just also want to remind everyone once again that we are worthy, we are human, we all make mistakes, and it's okay. I think that, you hear that a lot, but I think the hardest part of it is actually sitting down and being able to believe it. And I, too, am guilty of sometimes not taking my own advice that I give to other people. So, but, like I said, as we said, with this hashtag I Choose Me journey, what I want to do is I want us to focus on our self-care, our self-being, loving ourselves, accepting ourselves for who we are, and allowing this once again to just be a safe place for everyone to be able to come to with mental health and whatever the case may be, because we all have stories, we all have things that have happened in our lives, and you never know, you might actually help somebody else out. And that's kind of pretty much what led me to this, is because of the things that I've been through. I was always ashamed, and I would feel some kind of way. I beat myself up, but the only people, of course, I would talk to whenever I decided to talk to my friends is when they knew that something was going on with me, or I would be acting a certain kind of way, or whatever the case may be. So first off, of course, you're going to get to know a lot about me. And let me go ahead and just put this out there right now. You are going to see me in pajamas a lot. That's because when I'm around the house, I don't like wearing clothes. No, I don't like wearing jeans and things like that. I like to be comfortable when I'm walking around, when I'm in the house, I like to be comfortable. So I like to have on my pajamas, and that makes me feel comfortable. But anyway, so a few things I want us to always work. So basically, another reason I made this page is because I want to have us all, number one, relate to each other. Despite our backgrounds, despite our many experiences, despite everything that we may go through, just remember that above all else, we are human. We are all human, and we're all put on this earth for a certain reason. And I want us to always just be able to respect each other and have empathy. So number one is to relate. Number two is to educate. I never thought that I would be talking about my issues or my problems or the experiences that I've gone through with other people. But like I said, you never know who you're going to be able to help. And that is why I'm doing this. I want to help others, which I hope in turn will help, the people that that I'm talking to. And then, and then we can help each other and, just make this, make it known that, our mental health is just as important as, our body. So, and number three, I want to elevate. And by elevate, I mean what I just said. I want us all to be able to talk to each other and help each other and listen and be there and be a positive voice and be there for each other, because you just never know what a person's going through. So I want to relate, educate, and elevate. So that's my goal for this. So I'm going to call this first one a walk in someone's shoes. I'm pretty sure that we have heard that saying a whole lot. I'm pretty sure we've heard that saying a lot in our lives. And if you haven't heard it, well, you hear it now. They always say, go take a walk in someone else's shoes. And I say that because you don't know what a person is going through at that moment. You don't know what a person has gone through in their life. You don't know what a person has gone through 10 minutes before you saw them. Now, granted, we all have our own different ways of coping and handling and dealing with life. As I told you guys in the very first video that I did, where I started talking about this with my friend who thought that I had she thought that I was put together. She had no idea, because there was a smile on my face all the time, and that was the way that I chose to go about it. Of course, like I said, people react differently to things. Some people get angry, some people get sad, some people walk around with a smile on their face like nothing's happening, but deep down inside, you just don't know. So that's why I'm saying this in twofold. Number one, I get the anger. I understand it. I understand the anger. I understand all feelings, because like I said, we all are different. We're all human beings. We're all that. My thing is, I just want us to be able to do it in a, if you're going through something, just express it in a nicer way, a respectful way. Because, when I go through things, I'm not discounting myself, because, like I said, we all do. And I'm only using myself as an example because I only have me to talk to you right now. I just personally feel as though, I don't want to be the one to bring the whole room down. A lot of times, when I would go to work and, and things like that, like I said, there's, I could have just gone through some, I was going through things, and you would just never be able to tell. You would never know, because I don't want to be the person to bring the whole room down. So if I'm just saying to, at least for the purposes of the hashtag I Choose Me journey, that we express our hurt, pain, anger, frustration, experiences in a manner that is healthy for ourselves and for the people that we are, that see us, that meet us, that that you'll see and meet in a day. Like I said, I'm not telling you that, I'm not saying that it's okay or wrong to do any of the above. I'm just giving you my own personal opinion and giving you, what I said. And once again, you can all join in and tell me how do you hide your feelings, or how do you deal with things? And, and it's all just comes down to having to be able to deal with different coping mechanisms and things like that. So like I said, I just want us to be able to if you're like, so now I've just so if you're going through something and you're mad, I've learned that if you're mad, you take time to yourself or whatever you need to before you speak or anything. Go into a separate room by yourself and have time to yourself. Calm down before you come out and say something, that ultimately is going to hurt someone. And the last thing that I want any of us to do is, even though I've been hurt, and I'm pretty sure you've been hurt, and if you have not been hurt, it probably will be. And a lot of us have been hurt over and 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 over again. But the last thing that I want to do is hurt others in return. And that is another thing that hurt people. And I don't want us to be that way. I want us to be the opposite of that. I want us to help people. I want us to be an example for people. I want us to be able to uplift people. Not only are we embracing life, but we have to embrace each other. And the only way that we are going to be able to do that is by leading by example. And so therefore, I'm going to start it off. I want to be that example, and everyone that comes along this journey with me, I would hope and pray that you will be the example as well. So like I said, you just never know what a person's going through. And so I'm basically just saying, just be respectful and just be mindful. You don't know what a person's going through in their life. You don't know how their day was. You don't know how their week was. You don't know how their month was. You don't know what all they've gone through. Like I said, until you sat down and talked to them or whatever, because, we all come from different walks of life. We all have, different experiences and everything. So it kind of can make you, a certain way because it's just what you're used to. But, there's nothing wrong with treating people as human beings. And that's really what I want. I just want us to treat each other like the human beings that we are, with respect and kindness. And, not saying, of course you're gonna get frustrated. There's gonna be moments, life is not perfect, and I learned that, growing up as a child, I always, you only see what, you only see as a child, you see what you see is what you interpret life on. And then as I grew up and got older and went out on my own and got, like I said, and truly, and I'll say, got older, I learned that a lot of things that I thought I knew, I didn't know at all because I didn't see it. So, like I said, we all have our own, different childhoods and things like that as well. And once again, I would just hope that out of these bad times, these bad experiences, that instead of beating yourself up and then going and beating other people up, that you're going ahead and you will elevate someone else and stop that cycle and bring up, and use your experience as something that is going to hopefully help someone else. Because trust me, I did learn along the way that people have a lot more going on than what we think. What we see is what we see. This remote control, you see the remote control, because this is what I want you to see. I want you to see the remote control. If this remote control had failings, I don't know. So I treat it with respect, and I'm going to lay it down instead of throw it on the bed. Just an example. I'm also very humorous as well, and I love humor, and I always think that laughing is also a very good medicine at all times. Sometimes you need to cry, and sometimes you need to do all other kinds of things. I've gone from crying to laughing, and I've gone from laughing to crying many times. And as I said, during this journey, you will see a lot of that. It's going to be a whole lot of it. But once again, I'm doing this because I want us to help each other. So I want your thoughts. I want comments. I want to hear, I'm going to share stories. That's the only way that I'm going to be able to really help other people is by sharing stories. And, and I hope that by doing that'll help make you guys comfortable as well, to open up and share your stories as well, and not be ashamed or be afraid or feel picked on because you've gone through the experience that you've gone through. So like I said, so I might be kind of jumping all over the place, but it's just because there's just so much that, there's so much that you can say. But I just want out of this main episode, I want you guys to just remember to respect yourself, respect others, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Remember that you do not know what a person has gone through, just like the person does not know what you've gone through unless you have sat down and talked about it, which most of the time is not going to happen. So just be kindful and be kindful. Just made a new word. So just be kind and respectful to one another and just treat each other like the human beings that we are. And once again, we all make mistakes. We all make choices that people don't agree with and all that other kind of stuff. But it's okay because we are human and nobody is perfect. As much as anybody may want to make you think that, it's not true. We are not perfect. I'm not aiming for perfection. I am aiming for a better life, a healthier mind, and along with a healthy body. And like I said, to relate, educate, and elevate. So that is the first go round of the hashtag I Choose Me journey. Don't forget to check out the playlist. I will eventually, like I said, have an intro and an outro that will have, all of my social media stances on here. And yes, please talk, because that's what I'm going to do. I'll be talking. I'm going to be talking. I'm going to be talking a lot. So once again, but I hope you all have a wonderful evening, wonderful day, or whenever it is that you see this. And once again, just remember that you are important. No matter what, you are important.